there are two questions which we need to answer. In the interest of time, I am saying these questions right away. What in your experience has been the internationalization support which you have provided to the incubators? That's one question. The second is the same question, but the word incubator gets replaced by startups. So these are, one is what is that you have done in supporting incubators. Number two, what you have done for supporting startups. So these are the two questions which we need to answer. And if you would like to give any tip, any special tip to all the incubator managers here as to how they can go for internationalization. I will not talk about the India experience, because India experience I will leave it to Deepanwita to cover, and rest we have a variety, we will travel across the globe with these experiences. Over to you panel members, and Deepanwita, in case I need to come back somewhere, please let me know, otherwise I'll be a listener. Thank you. Deepanwita, please go ahead to begin with.
I'll take your, because, when you say you don't want to speak anymore, I'll take your mic. That's a dangerous incubation manager strategy.
Good.
So I just try to keep everyone awake, because one, there's a little bit of delay, and the other is, how do you make life interesting? When a startup comes to you and say that we are not getting a market opportunity here, we want to do outside, we do not have enough funds here, we don't have venture capital here, and I'm talking of not today, I'm talking of the last 20-25 years, because with Mr. Mittal sitting here, we have to talk of the legacy of so many years. How to develop your venture capital ecosystem when there are no Indian VCs, so you need VCs from outside, you need funding from outside, and if you're doing something like life sciences, like what we do, there's actually no funding. So very little funding. Now, of course, we have BIRAC to provide the initial grant funding, but we also wanted to look at funding from outside. The first thing that we did was actually try and see which are these organizations, are these corporates, are these philanthropies who would provide funds. And Gates Foundation from Seattle, they provided us the first Grand Challenges fund in India. And now Grand Challenges is so commonplace. Everyone runs Grand Challenges. Very lucky to say that, very proud and very privileged to say that IKP was the first organization that received an implementation funding from the Gates Foundation to set up Grand Challenges for early stage health. So then it was not only our incubator, it was the entire innovation ecosystem that could leverage this. So I think when we talk of internationalization from an incubator point of view, it is probably the ecosystem that we look at. So since I have to limit my discussion, I would keep it to, because the Grand Challenges became a program that all incubators run today. But can I take up the startup program also now, or should I come back?
I think you complete your...
I'll complete mine. Okay. So, we have done several programs for startups, but one thing that we are doing now, and because it started last year and this is our second year, with the Copenhagen Business School, we run a program where interns come and work with our startups. Last year, 31 interns from the Global Business Management program came to us to work with 4 of our startups. And this time again in November, they're coming. It is basically to provide new perspective for global expansion. And they work on the business plan with the startups sitting in Hyderabad in their premises, and at the end of it, it is basically expansion or growth program for these startups. I'm happy to say, out of the 4 startups that last year we had nominated, Copenhagen Business School said, we want to do one more time for 2 startups. So there's a repeat program, a new group of people, because they were so happy with the kind of interaction their students gain and our startups gain. And I just saw Shishir here. Shishir will be one of those startups where 5 interns are coming from Copenhagen Business School. I think he just left. Oh, where are you? Oh, Rachna and Shishir. So it's a program, if it's a program for Rachna and Shishir, it's a program for all of you. And only thing is, come to Hyderabad, at least say, I have to tell CBS that yes, these are Hyderabad startups. And then they open up a very, very impactful program. I'll just leave it at that. If there's chance, I'll come back.
Thank you so much. And also thank you so much for the invitation to be here on this panel. My name is Adishri. I represent a German government agency called the German Center for Research and Innovation, and we're an official bilateral agency for developing science research innovation relationships. One of our programs is on science-based entrepreneurship, and what we do there is work with early stage startups or also researchers who are interested in going to the market with their idea, with incubators at higher education and research institutions, and we also do a bit of background policy work for the policy advisors. Our approach for bringing together all of these is connecting them through the incubator ecosystems in both the countries. And we've been trying to do this since last 3 years, and it has been going well. So I'll just tell you what the experience has been. So we started in 21 with connecting. There was pandemic time. We started connecting everybody online first to actually check if there's an interest in connecting India, Germany. Where are the gaps? What kind of formats would work? So we spoke to startups. We spoke to incubators from both the sides. The startups said, no one has ever asked us this before. So it's really interesting. So we took up their inputs. Those who just wanted to connect with both the ecosystems, we brought them down to a few, brought down the points a little bit just to say not to broadly connect. Oh, I would like to connect to Germany. I would like to connect to India. But on what exactly? And then we followed it up with workshops in India and Germany. In the last 2 years, we were able to connect almost 100 incubators from both the sides. And we identified a couple of formats with them, gaps with them, also topics that would be of interest. Try to understand the ecosystem. What does a startup mean here? What does a startup mean there? When do the startups or teams exit the incubators? Where do the accelerators? What are the funding possibilities, etc.? And we have, like I said, a network of 100 that's running at the moment. The funding agencies have also been connected on both the sides. And the second thing that we do is connect early stage startups or researchers from both the sides. We run an immersion program since the last 3 years. As much as we love to increase the visibility of Germany in India, we would also like to increase the visibility of India and Germany, because there's a very strong imbalance of researchers or startups coming from Germany to India. So we actively try to show the innovation ecosystem to the German partners. That's why most of our programs at the first course start in India. So the immersion program also starts in India. It's a 2-week program, and we run this in a bottom-up approach with incubators from both the countries. So it's a 6 months to 1 year preparation. And we're happy to say that Hyderabad is the new city on our list, and we will be here another month with 30 participants, 15 teams, and almost 12 incubators from both the sides. And the success stories for that have just started with grants in Germany, grants in India. And I have to also thank the partners who've been helpful. IKP is one of them, DST, BIRAC, AIC, and several of the incubators have been here who have started helping us there. So I would leave it to that, and if you need connects with Germany, helping identify partners, you're welcome to contact us. Thank you so much.
Yes, สวัสดีค่ะ First of all, let me thank our international partner ISBA for inviting us to join and to witness the vibrant, the good wife of Indians innovation and incubator ecosystem. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Suvipa Wannasatop. I'm representing Thai BISPA, which is the local network on incubators ecosystem in Thailand. We have around 40 members at the moment. So if any of our peer professional here would like to connect with us, please connect to Thai BISPA. And also I represent also the immediate past president of ABI, which is the Asian Association of Business Incubator, which also ISBA is the member. The reason why I'm saying that is that this is the way that to answer your first question. Actually, I met long-time friends with Deepanwita in the IASP, International Association of Science Park Association. And for Thailand, in order for us to create the strong linkage, international linkage with abroad, we have to show them that we are ready to connect, to collaborate, and also to co-create. Collaboration is not just to enter the new market. It is about working together to create value. And let me take the example of one of our initiatives that we actually we are also new in taking this level of collaboration. Before we only do the multilateral collaboration. For example, joining different conference, be active in different associations in order to collect the connection so that when times it is needed for our entrepreneurs, then we can introduce and connect them and facilitate the connections. But recently we have tried to come up with some program that we want thing to happen, not just talk and connect and that's it. So we start what we call Sino-Thai acceleration program with China. So our counterpart there is the Shanghai Technology Innovation Center. They gather all their incubators in China, and then they recruit the entrepreneurs, especially in the field of health and wellness. So they recruit 10 of them and send it to us. And for us, we send 10 also entrepreneurs that we have recruited, but based on our strength in food and agriculture. And then they select about 7 of us, of our entrepreneurs, so that they will help with the co-acceleration program. And we also select about 8 companies from them. And we have about one year of co-acceleration program together. What happened is that we try to leverage each other's strength, and we believe that the cross-border collaboration does a good job there, because one of our incubators called SMS, the Siam Modified Starch, they set up their technical solution center over there with the help of the Chinese incubators, and they also get some help in the mentoring program so that they can navigate through the regulatory process, and also help. They get help in recruiting the necessary human resources to work in that operation. So in that count, I would like also to extend our invitation to ISBA, our international partners here that we have long-term relationship, especially with Dr. Rajendra, Dr. Bala, Dr. Suresh. We have known each other for over 20 years, and I think it's high time. Also, Mr. Mittal. Yes, I think it's high time that we do something together. So let me put everything here that we are ready, and please, we believe that two takeaways from the experience that we have, that Mr. Mittal asked me if ask us if we have any recommendation for the success. The key success factor of this cross-border collaboration is not quick. It's a long-term relationship, and it's the mutual trust. The shared goal is to create something together that is valuable to the success of our entrepreneurs, and especially if our entrepreneur success, then we can say that it's our success as well, because they propelled the economic growth of a nation, be it in both in the respective market. Yes. So the second one is that be proactive. So I'm now proactive, extending our invitation, and also we are awaiting for further collaboration. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Owen, the Deputy High Commissioner of the British government here in India, please, for your remarks.
Thank you very much, ISBA, for inviting me. This is it's a pleasure and an honour to be here today. As mentioned, I represent the British government in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and to quickly address the two questions, because I know we are short of time. I think in the first question, with regards incubators and the approach of the UK government to supporting incubators, one of the programmes I think is important, it's really good to highlight, is through our research councils, through the UK Research and Innovation, we support, it supports a number of big incubators and innovation centres, and a lot of it reflecting something Srinivas said earlier. So we support incubators through our research councils, and as Srinivas said earlier, it's really important for not only for incubators to be broad, but also to be quite deep. And this is especially what the focus is on many of the incubators the UK government supports through our research councils. And to give an example of collaboration overseas, I can give a recent example from India. We've recently established a centre focused on responsible AI, and that will bring together all the stakeholders in the UK to look at responsible AI and how we adapt AI in the future. And only last month, the centre visited Delhi to hold a workshop with DPIIT Delhi. So this is a really good example of the deepness of our incubators, but also the type of overseas collaboration that is going ahead. Now for startups, again, there's a lot of British government support for startups. We have a number of catapults, in particular in very, very specific areas. And then we have a brilliant organisation called Innovate UK, which as well as supporting startups in the UK in terms of their journey, a big focus on Innovate UK is also international collaboration. And we have another strong example of where Innovate UK work with India, and this one is actually with Hyderabad. So Innovate UK has a program with T-Hub, which will be about a 2-year program, and within that program, over the 2 years, around about 4 cohorts of UK startups will be based in T-Hub, not only to soft land it into the Indian market, but also to develop themselves utilising the know-how of T-Hub, but also of the whole innovation system here in Telangana. So that's a brief outline trying to address the 2 questions. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, we will now move on to the Asian perspective. Please, go ahead.
Thank you. My name is James Lee from the South Korea. This is very right now, 4:30, very tired time and sleepy time. Due to the very strong air conditioner, we cannot sleep, right? But thank you so much for joining us. Even though yesterday we have my association is the Asian Association of the Business Incubation. We have a summit last night, so too many people coming. So thanks a lot As a president of the ISBA, I'm very happy. I'm proud of that. So I have many roles actually right now. I'm the professor and the president of the COBIA and the president of AABI ISBA. So right now I'm the sabbatical. So due to that, my student is still studying hard, but I'm flying from to here, joining you at the very good ceremony here. For the international linkage, for the target, one is the BI, and the other one incubator, and the other one is the startups. I want to tell you some based on my true story, case study. Actually, I'm doing the director of the startup foundation in the Dongguk University in Seoul. So with that, I want to tell you several things. First of all, for the incubator, the international linkage, right now, that is very important. That is what means is the securing connection. Human relationship is very important. Yesterday, I met Dr. Rajendra, and then that is our connection is right now. Then our student or the startup incubator want to make a connection, then we're gonna connect it all through the two dots of that, right? So second part is the network. So already our respectable former president of our ISBA, Swafa, already pointed out, AABI, ISBA network is very important. So if you are interested in the South Korea or the Japan or the China, let me know. Then I will connect of that. So that is and we so far we have international international association of BI is three big ones. So one of them is in AABI Asia, and one of them Europe ETI something, and the America we have they have the India. So through that connection we can have many connected parts would be possible. And the third part is I want to say specialty is very important. So for my university, actually my work was started 2007. My university is not famous for the startup. Due to that, we have make the brainstorming many times. So the brainstormings, we have our conclusion is that what is our specialty of our university? So our university is exactly located in the center of Seoul. So exactly center of the New York, which is universities are there. There is the NYU, New York University. So NYU has very strong in the cultural technology. So from the 2007, our title of our university is cultural technology. So cultural technology is many areas of that. So our startup in our Dongguk University is a specialty, is the cultural technology. So you should have your own specialty. That is important. So if you have your own specialty, then your international linkage is very easy, much, much easier. Okay? So that is the very good tips for the incubator. And second, for the startups, actually that is based on my true story. My student is very smart. Okay, so especially I'm the professor as well as director of the Dongguk University Startup Foundation director. As a professor, we need very important. The most important thing is the deep loving to the student. Okay, so deep affection is very important. So do you know EO? Have you heard about the EO? He is the very special the creator of YouTube, especially in the area of the startup and business incubation. So right now his name is Taeyong Kim. He is very famous, actually much famous than me. But 10 years ago, he was just a startup, as a student startups there. He made the toys for the children and the toddler. So, but he failed 10 years ago, And I didn't know that exactly. After that, he did 3 times failure for the startup. And then 2017, he alone went to the Silicon Valley. And in the Silicon Valley, in this area, the event of that a lot of people, he mentioned about, I did 3 times failure for the startup. But a lot of the Silicon Valley people, they are very happy to say, you are very lucky. You are 3 times the failure, So with that, he is the very famous, right now, he is very famous YouTube creator. So he is one of the proud of my student. So if you are interested in the student startup, always with that deep respecting and loving is the very important thing. Okay, so that is the tips to the 2 things. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Professor Lee. Well, since we are not yet born, I'll just take the last couple of minutes for summing up what India did in internationalization. See, sometimes you have to be lucky to get a collaboration. I was sitting in my office one day and suddenly a visitor came. And the visitor turned out to be an Indian who was working in World Bank, Washington. I think most of our incubator managers know him, Mr. Vivek Chaudhary. And he said that, can we develop this collaboration of the incubators across the global? The World Bank had a program, and I think has a program called InfoDev, Information for Development. So under that program, I think about 60 of our incubator managers, that program and another program with Lockheed Martin, the 60 of our incubator managers, they were trained in Silicon Valley. Because to us, at that point of time, Silicon Valley was a dream. We only used to dream what happens in Silicon Valley. But we had to actually go and see for ourselves what happens in Silicon Valley. There were, I think, a 2-week or a 3-week program which was conducted in Silicon Valley. And most of our incubators had visited that. Then the Lockheed Martin program came. Intel also supported us in a big way. The key learning, number 1, please focus on your non-resident people. I'm not saying non-resident Indians because there are international guests here. Please focus on your international linkages through them, the non-resident individuals in those countries who can then bring back, number 1, the ideas, the technologies, the mentoring, and ultimately maybe the finance also. So that's, and as far as startups is concerned, that's the second point. I normally narrate a lot of stories. Today there is no time for stories. So I will just remind you about, remember that story which I used to tell you often about an individual who was making artificial flowers. He was sent in a contest and he actually got not only the first prize but also the investment. What we also do is that we also support people who are participating in these events, these workshops, and this is for the startups. So we do that. So that's in summary. Deepanwita, before you want to say something, please go ahead.
Can I just endorse what you said about NRIs? A lot of the good collaboration and cooperation we have with India is through NRIs. They are really, really motivated to work with India, and it is something we really appreciate, but it's also something we can do a lot more with. But thank you for raising that. It's a really, really good point. If there is a cohort of people who really want to work with India and to really help India grow, it is the NRI network. They are really special.
Just have a really small point to add. When you said what could we tell the incubators, just in my experience, when we talk about startup connects or international connects, most of us jump towards market access. I would just like to say that there are more avenues for cooperation. There's joint technology transfer, early stage connects for startups. co-founder recruitments, team recruitments, and in our workshops, etc., we're also trying to encourage incubators to look at these avenues. So also look at that when you're looking for international collaborations.
Very nice. Deepanwita, can I conclude? Okay. No. You also wanted to share something? I thought. Okay. Well, friends, we have taken a world tour in 20 minutes. Okay? The relevant for this crowd here. And let's give a big hand to all our panelists. Thank you very much for being here.